You're listening to the smartest guys in marketing, the best show on the planet for client businesses to learn about traffic, funnels, sales, conversions, and marketing coolness. Chris and Taylor are the founders of Traffic and Funnels, a digital marketing consultancy helping you get paid clients from cold traffic daily. Now, here are your hosts, Chris and Taylor.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Smartest Guys in Marketing podcast here with Chris Evans and Taylor Welch. Yo, on this fantastically magical, amazing day.
I'm ready.
We're talking about
I'm ready to do
the language of love today, right?
Language of, well, that's dangerous. Language of love, no. That's not what we're talking about.
The language of money.
The language of money, not the love of money, the language of money. Dude, I love talking about money.
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because people have the most weird, twisted, messed up issues with money. True. And we're both involved in church. We both come from, Christian families, and it's amazing to see how many people self-sabotage themselves because they don't know how to view money. Money is a tool. It is nothing more than a tool. And so when you can look at it correctly, you're able to have money in abundance to use it for the right things. When you look at it incorrectly, you end up idolizing money and you repel money, and it's just crazy. And so I love the topic because I believe that if you have the right view and you understand the language, you can attract money and use it as a tool for whatever you want,
Yeah. My background, where I came from, is it was essentially a noble thing to be poor.
Yep.
And it was evil to have money. And so it was a long time for me to rewire my brain. And now for us, money equals impact. Yeah, you still have people who have money and they are douchebags and they're awful people. But man, it's amazing. Like when you start making money, you start hanging around people that have money, how many amazing and awesome people there are that have money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if you don't get this right, if you don't understand the language of money, you're just going to be screwed. You're going to be in this never ending cycle your whole life where you can't comprehend how to have big impact and achieve what you want, control, freedom, time, whatever it might be for you.
Yes.
So we want to help you with that today.
All right. So here's the principle is learning the language of money. Look, if you want to master something, you have to learn how to speak that language. So my brother, Logan, he just had his birthday a couple of days ago, and he's fluent in Mandarin and Spanish. So he's a double major, fluent in both languages. And it's amazing to see him have a conversation with someone. Like we'll go eat Mexican food and he'll start talking to the person in Spanish and their eyes light up and they're like, oh, it's like best friends. And it's amazing to see him just hop into conversations. And, like we're talking about, we want to travel the world and do some cool things with our mastermind. But it's like, if we are going to go to China or Germany, or you spent time in Germany, Chris, and you don't understand the language that runs the country, you're going to either have to take a translator or carry a book with you around, or you're just going to be confused all the time.
Yeah.
Right. And it's amazing how we have the same principle in the same context with money. People want to go to the land of financial freedom, but the only language they know is poverty. And so they just stay confused. And if you can't learn the language, if you can't get the speech right, if you can't learn how to control the meaning and the intent behind the words that drive the results, then you're going to stay stuck. And so we hear people all the time who are like, man, I just want to be financially free and I want to be abundant and I want to have all this and that and that. And it's like, okay, well, here's the investment. Let's get started. And they're like, oh, I need to get out of debt first. Oh, I can't use credit because, I can't be servant to the lender. Whatever the freaking hell that means. And here's the thing, that's not the language of freedom. That's not the language. Anytime you set a goal that is if you heard the story about the person, the NASCAR driver or you're driving a really fast car and there's one tree in the whole freaking 100 acres. And if you're focused on not hitting that tree, you're going to drive right into the tree. Because when people focus on where they don't want to be, they go right there. I feel the same way about people who their one financial goal in life is to get out of debt. They don't want to be in debt. All right, well, listen, sucker, you're going to be in debt forever. Because if that's your only goal, that's a negative goal. You need to figure out how to reverse that. And the goal shouldn't necessarily be, I don't want to be in debt. It should be, I want to increase my income to the point where I'm not concerned with that. It's not even a big deal. Does this make sense?
Yeah, their goals are inverse. And money is a byproduct of doing the right things and thinking the right way. And I have been in many countries where I had no clue how to speak the language. And it takes forever to accomplish anything. And you are confused and you don't have clarity. And it sucks because everybody's laughing at you. Yeah. It's embarrassing because you go into the women's bathroom instead of the men's bathroom.
Yeah.
And you don't know how to use their toilets. So I'm just get a little personal.
I mean, here's a case in point. Like, what if we sat down and I was like, Chris, what's your vision for your marriage? You have a beautiful wife, amazing kids. I don't know if people know this, but Chris is like the perfect family. Like, literally, his kids just do everything. But if it was like, man, what's your main goal for your marriage? And you're like, I just don't want to get divorced. What a horrible goal.
That would be terrible.
I mean, yeah, hopefully you don't get divorced, but that's not the goal. Like, that's the byproducts of having a healthy marriage. It's the same with finance. And people are like, what's your financial goal? Oh, I just want to get out of debt, man. I want to just spend less than I make. It's like, no, like, I get the principle, but those are not goals. Those are byproducts. Those should be things that just happen automatically because you're healthy.
Yeah.
Touchy. Stepping on some toes here.
Yeah. So what would you say is a few ways that people can learn this language? And have
probably the biggest step is do an audit of your environment right now. Take an audit of your environment, because if every single person that you are connected with, friend, family, etc., is struggling to pay bills, then you are going to probably struggle to pay bills. Because, and we've done a lot of study on this. We've gone deep into mirror neurons and kinesiology and how thoughts transfer between people. And environment is probably the largest lever you have to pull. If you're not around people who understand money and who think about money correctly, how are you going to think about money correctly? That's how humans learn. And so the number one thing is do a quick audit of your friends list. And I'm not saying, we've talked about this before, I'm not saying you go to your friends and you're like, hey, you don't make enough money for me to be friends with you. That's dumb. Like, we have a ton of friends who they're not financially, wealthy, but they're great at other areas in their life. And so we can learn from them in those areas. But if you don't have at least one or two people who get money, who have really mastered money, and you know that someone's mastered money if they're wealthy. All right, let's just say like that's a byproduct. If you don't have those people in your life, you got to find those people and get around them, because that's how you're going to learn. That'd be the number one thing, step one.
Yeah, so I'd say that's probably the primary thing. And if you talk to anybody who has learned a new language, the way that they do it is they immerse themselves in that language.
Bingo.
And so if you want to learn Mandarin, you're not going to go to Germany, right? Yeah. You're going to go to China and immerse yourself to where you are forced to speak that language. And you have to put yourself into that environment that's going to force you to learn the correct language of money.
Case my brother Logan, I remember one time I was like, what are you reading? And I walked up to him and he's reading Harry Potter in Spanish. Like this is before he was fluent. And I was like, isn't that taking you forever? And he's like, yeah, he's got a translator book next to him in Harry Potter in Spanish. And he just works his way. I don't know how freaking many months it took him, but that's immersion. He's forcing himself to understand it. Same deal.
Yeah.
Whew. Good stuff. Good stuff. Anything else?
No.
All right. See ya.
What's up, everybody? Chris here, and just want to take a minute and say thank you so much for listening to the Smartest Guys in Marketing podcast. We really appreciate you hanging out with us. Please go leave a review on iTunes, whether it's positive or negative. We want to hear your feedback and know what you're thinking and how we can improve. And if you know anybody that needs to hear what we're saying, please share with them. And the last thing I have to tell you today is if you haven't gotten the monthly memos, jump over there and grab it at trafficandfunnels.com/memos. Here's the deal. The monthly memos is an opportunity for us to download what's happening in our business with our clients. And that's from mindset to marketing to strategy to tactics to traffic to funnels, business operations across the board. We are able to just break down and give to you what's happening. So our journey is to make a big impact. We want to make a massive impact on people's lives. And for us to do that, we're doing things like the monthly memos. We want you to get ahead faster and make a lot less mistakes than what we have made. And I think it's a great medium for you to do that. So jump over there, grab that. The price is ridiculously low. And we did that for a reason, just so there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to jump on there. trafficandfunnels.com/memos. And listen, again, really, really appreciate you guys.